Hi, I'm Michael Hamway, owner and CEO of Kava, and I risked everything to bring my dream to a reality. In this video, we're going to go through some questions that a lot of you guys have for potentially opening up a kava bar, as well as we're going to talk to some customers to hear out their experiences with our company. Hey guys, this is one of our customers, Alex. Alex, say hi.
What's up?
Alex is going to explain today why he found Kavalov or how he found Kavalov and his experience here so far.
Give me this fancy microphone. So I came here for a music festival. It was Rockville and Daytona. And my parents just bought a condo down here. I needed to go get the keys. I got the keys, went and got breakfast with my brother. My brother was like, you should just move here. And I was telling him, absolutely not. This is one big retirement community and there's probably nothing to do. And we were at a breakfast spot. And when our waitress came back, I asked, what's there to do around here? What do people my age do? And she said Kava bars. Never heard of it. Had no idea what that was. And I Googled it in the parking lot. I was waiting for my flight, trying to kill some time. And this place was the closest one. It was Kava Love. I get there, no idea what this is. Bartender's trying to explain to me what Kava and Kratom is.
Yep.
I was actually too scared to try it because I was like, I don't know how this is going to affect me. And I got a flight to take. So I actually didn't get anything. I think I had Damiana my first time here. And I walked in and the Kava tender asked me where you're from. And I said, New York. And this guy yells at me like, oh God, another one. And I asked where you were from and you said Boston. I said, you can't speak to me. And then about a month later, I was like, I'm moving to Florida. That was June 8th. My first night here, I came to Kavalov because didn't know anyone here. And there were a bunch of people playing chess. I'm a big chess player. And that was the start. I ended up making a bunch of friends, had a circle within a week, and been coming here ever since.
One of the cool things is that me and Alex didn't even realize that we had met beforehand, or at least I didn't. Alex remembered the story, but I never remembered it, which is really abnormal because I always remember the stories of how I meet new customers and things of that nature. But one of the cool things is that Alex is also in the same industry I used to be in. So it was really kind of weird that, I didn't even know that about him until like 4 months ago. Yeah. It was totally new and we had no idea.
That led to a bunch of other nonsense.
Yeah, that definitely led to other nonsense. Well, Alex, thank you so much for being a great customer, and we really appreciate it.
Thanks for having this place.
Actually, there's something else that Kavalov contributed to in some way. Nina, why don't you come on over here? So these two just recently got engaged and met here. So that's another thing that brought Kavalov together. So Nina, I want to explain how you found this place and why you started coming?
Absolutely. So I learned in the last town I lived in that kava bars are the best place to meet an assortment of people. They're the best place to get your work done when you're working remote, like my lovely fiance, or when you're in school, like I am. And the second I moved down here, I did a kava crawl, as they're known, and this was absolutely going to be my home base.
You heard it here first. Home base and making engagements happen.
So I met a buddy of mine, Ryan, who's an attorney. He graduated the same law school as her, and we were playing some chess and we were walking out, and he said something to her about law school. We're walking out and I said, who's that? And he said, that's Nina. She's very busy. Don't talk to her. She's also very scary. I obviously didn't listen. I overheard her arguing or debating with someone one day. I chimed in, and that's the story.
I saw him brooding very mysteriously in a corner, and something about it caught my attention, so I knew I wanted to get to know him. And after we started talking, it was one of those things where this is your home base for both of you. You show up hoping that they'll be there at that time because we're going to be here every day regardless, and you make time to talk and things grow from there. And we're a testament to that.
And if you haven't noticed already, we're all very red from our football game yesterday, and we're all exhausted and very injured. So every year we do an annual football game with the customers and the employees that you can sign up for. It's a pickup game, but we tend to get a little bit intense with it. And it's supposed to be two-hand touch, never turns out that way. At the end of the day, it was a lot of fun, but we are all very, very hurt, especially these two. Thank you guys for explaining how you guys met, and hope you get to see all the other stores that are coming soon.
All right.
Cool. So I got the idea of doing a Kava bar when I was a frequent regular of another Kava bar brand. I fell in love with the concept, and I fell in love with the community and the communal aspect of it, where you got to meet interesting people and have really intelligent discussions with people you never would normally talk to and go out of your way to talk to. I was really excited to get involved in the community and get involved and bring a place to market that embodied everything that I hoped that it could be and what it would be. So why did I get into it? At the end of the day, coming from where I do in Boston, there isn't a whole lot to do. And even at night, there was only the bar scene or maybe a bowling alley or something along those lines. And I wanted to make sure that I developed a place where anyone and everyone could hang out and have fun and get to know people and get to know, different aspects of life. Here at Kava, we have so many different customer bases where you have lawyers talking to, 21-year-olds that don't really know what they want to do with their life. We have, doctors and, veterinarians and things of that nature, that it's a vast array of people to get every walk of life involved with the other. So I had this idea. I didn't know where to really execute it. So I was actually in the process of buying into another Kava bar, and that deal fell through. And that's the moment where I didn't know if this was going to happen or not. But at the end of the day, my business partner now, Chad, had approached me about maybe partnering on Kava Love together and growing it, with my financial and restaurant background and his business background. We thought it was a perfect mesh of a fit. And I think after that meeting, it became very serious that this was actually going to happen, and that my dream was about to become a reality. To make something like this happen, it takes a lot. It takes a lot of sacrifice. It takes a lot of risk. And one thing that I really risked was a career that I had established for, again, over 20 years. And I wanted to try something new. I wanted to put away the suits and the ties and the meeting schedules and all that stuff. And I wanted to do something that I got excited about. And so the biggest risk that I took was to leave an industry where I had a great salary, I had a great structure to my life, and to do something out of the box and do it for myself, but also do it for the community itself. Since this was my first business, it was terrifying. I really didn't know what I didn't know until I got into it, and you really get forced into knowing. And that's one of the things that I loved about it. It was like an education without having to pay for it, because you learn so many different aspects of business, and you learn accounting, you learn marketing, you learn management, you learn so many different aspects on the fly, and you don't have a choice but to learn it and to be good at it. Otherwise, you're never going to succeed. And I think that was the scariest part to me, was that I didn't know things, and I'm a little bit of a control freak. So I like to know things before doing them. But this was one thing that I just did because I believed in it, and I believed in the community, I believed in the people that we were going to be serving, and I believed in the concept. So it made it a lot easier to dive in and to learn all these things and learn them to the best of my ability. At the beginning, things were a little slow. Whenever you're starting off a business, and I was coming into it still in its infancy. And, one of the things that I really loved about that moment, though, was that the people that did come in, I got to know very well. And I think that was like really the best time to be in here, because I was in here every day from open to close. And it was because I wanted to understand what our customers wanted and what they expected of me so that I could deliver it to them. The advice I'd give someone that wants to open up a Kava bar, well, first and foremost, it would be call me. We can talk about doing a Kava franchise where you live. But other than that, if you wanted to open up your own, I would say lean on the other owners, lean on the other Kava bar owners. It's one thing that I didn't have the luxury of being able to do at the beginning, and I was kind of by myself and on my own. But there are good owners out there that will help you and help you grow and give you advice on what works for them and what doesn't. And I think that that's the biggest key to this, is that this is a community not only of customers, but of owners as well, and of employees. And I think that gets lost in translation sometimes. So I think the biggest piece of advice I can give somebody is to lean on the people that know what they're talking about. It doesn't mean that you're dumb or you're stupid or you shouldn't be doing this. You need to lean on the people that have already succeeded so that you can succeed. Thank you guys so much for watching the episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll be on camera soon, so keep an eye out.